The star-studded wedding celebration of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez continues.
In March 2026, cameras captured a moment that made people uncomfortable. Lauren Sanchez stood on the red carpet at the Vanity Fair Oscars party while Jeff Bezos walked toward her, smiling. Then everything changed. Lauren looked at Jeff with cold eyes and motioned for him to move away like he had ruined her shot. Millions watched the clip online and started asking the same question. Why did the richest man in the world suddenly look unwanted beside his wife? To understand this, let's go back to the beginning. Quiet beginnings. Jeff Bezos was born on January 12, 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. From an early age, he showed a strong interest in science, technology, and how things worked. That curiosity eventually led him to Princeton University, where he completed his studies in electrical engineering and computer science. After graduating, Jeff built a successful career on Wall Street. His intelligence, leadership skills, and ambitious ideas about the future of technology helped him rise quickly through the financial world. Eventually, he joined D.E. Shaw and Company, where he became one of the company's youngest senior vice presidents. Around the same time, Mackenzie Scott was building her own future. Born on April 7, 1970 in San Francisco, California, she also attended Princeton University, where she studied creative writing under the famous novelist Toni Morrison. In 1992, Mackenzie joined D.E. Shaw and Company in New York, where she began working near Jeff Bezos. Before she even met him, one thing about him stood out immediately: his loud, unforgettable laugh, which she often heard through the office walls. That curiosity soon turned into a conversation, and eventually the beginning of their relationship. Their connection moved very quickly. Mackenzie invited Jeff to lunch first. Within 3 months, they got engaged. 6 months later, they married in a very small ceremony. At that time, Jeff did not own Amazon. He did not have billions of dollars. He only had ideas, ambition, and a dream that sounded risky to almost everyone around him. Mackenzie believed in him anyway. In 1994, Jeff told Mackenzie that he wanted to build an online bookstore. Most people thought the internet would never become important, but Mackenzie trusted his vision completely. She drove their old car from New York to Seattle, while Jeff worked on the Amazon business plan in the passenger seat. They rented a small one-bedroom home after arriving in Seattle. Mackenzie became one of the first people working for Amazon. During those early years, Jeff still lived a simple life. He protected time with his family and avoided unnecessary attention. He never planned early morning meetings because he wanted breakfast with his children. Friends close to the couple believed Mackenzie helped Jeff stay calm, while Amazon grew larger every year. She supported him during pressure, stress, and endless workdays without asking for praise or public attention. For many years, they built a quiet life together. But as Jeff became more and more famous, success slowly changed the man Mackenzie once knew very well. By the late 2000s, new people entered Jeff's world. Television cameras and powerful business leaders surrounded him almost every day. Mackenzie stayed focused on raising their 4 children and writing her books, while Jeff chased bigger goals outside the home. And with that, the warm partnership that once held everything together slowly started losing its place. Fame changed everything. By the late 2000s, Amazon had turned Jeff Bezos into one of the most powerful businessmen. Important people wanted meetings, photos, and private dinners. Jeff launched Blue Origin because he wanted to build rockets and travel deeper into space. That dream slowly changed the rhythm of his family life. His schedule became heavier every year, and his attention started moving away from home. Friends close to the couple noticed fewer warm moments between them. They no longer looked like 2 people moving through life together. They looked like 2 people living beside each other. Jeff also entered a new social circle during those years. Cameras followed him during conferences and public appearances. He started thinking more about legacy, influence, and global attention. Mackenzie stayed away from that lifestyle because she never cared about public status or celebrity culture. The distance between them grew quietly without loud fights or public drama. Then another change started becoming visible. Jeff no longer looked relaxed in public. The calm man who once protected private family time now moved through crowded events Success gave him almost everything he once wanted, but it also pushed him further away from the quiet life he used to protect so carefully before Lauren Sanchez suddenly entered the picture. When fame took over. In 2018, reports linked Jeff Bezos with Lauren Sanchez, a former news anchor and helicopter pilot. Both of them were still married when their relationship reportedly started. The National Enquirer followed them for 4 months before releasing private text messages and personal photos. On January 9, 2019, Jeff and McKenzie announced their divorce. Just 24 hours later, the tabloid published its huge story. The timing shocked people across the country. Jeff moved quickly into a very different lifestyle after the divorce. Lauren brought Hollywood connections, celebrity parties, luxury trips, and non-stop attention. At first, she acted carefully around his money. Reports said she refused expensive gifts and even offered to split restaurant bills. Jeff probably believed he had finally found someone who wanted him instead of his wealth. That feeling slowly changed. After the divorce settlement gave McKenzie $38 billion in Amazon stock, Lauren started accepting larger gifts and expensive upgrades. Reports connected her changing appearance to cosmetic procedures costing between $500,000 and $2 million. Jeff reportedly paid for those procedures without hesitation. Then came the wedding in Venice last June. Jeff reportedly wanted something private and calm, but Lauren pushed for a huge celebration filled with cameras and famous guests. The event lasted 3 days and reportedly cost $76 million. Leonardo DiCaprio, Kim Kardashian, Oprah Winfrey, and Bill Gates attended the celebration. Lauren wore 27 designer outfits, including a wedding dress worth around $500,000. Professional social media teams filmed almost every moment during the event. Soon after the wedding, people noticed another change. Jeff looked tired beside Lauren during public appearances. In March 2026, cameras captured an awkward moment at the Vanity Fair Oscars party. Lauren looked irritated and motioned for Jeff to move away from her red carpet photos. His uncomfortable smile spread across the internet within hours. The moment became another reminder that Jeff Bezos was no longer living a private billionaire lifestyle, but a life constantly examined, recorded, and judged in public. Meanwhile, Mackenzie Scott stayed silent while everything unfolded. The silent winner. Mackenzie Scott never attacked Jeff Bezos after the divorce. She never gave angry interviews to television networks. She never released private stories about their marriage. She stayed quiet while millions of people discussed her life online. That silence surprised many people because she easily could have turned herself into a public victim. Instead, she focused on something completely different. After the divorce, Mackenzie started giving away huge amounts of money. By 2025, she had donated more than $26 billion to nonprofit organizations. In 2025 alone, she donated $7.2 billion. Her donations supported racial justice programs and women's shelters across different communities. She followed a trust-based philanthropy model that allowed organizations to use the money without strict control or endless conditions. Many charities said her donations changed lives almost immediately. Mackenzie also changed the way people viewed her identity. She stopped using the Bezos name and chose the name Mackenzie Scott instead. Over time, people stopped introducing her as Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. They started recognizing her as one of the most generous philanthropists in the world. At the same time, Jeff continued appearing beside cameras, celebrities, and expensive events. Mackenzie moved in the opposite direction quietly. That difference slowly changed public opinion about both of them. Today, many people believe Mackenzie understood Jeff better than anyone else ever could. She recognized the changes happening inside him long before the public noticed them. She understood that success had slowly pulled him away from the simple life he once valued deeply, because Jeff's own choices explained the entire story for her. While Jeff kept building rockets through Blue Origin and attending gatherings, Mackenzie kept funding schools, shelters, and food programs without demanding praise from anyone. One life chased attention in front of cameras. The other life quietly changed families, far away from red carpets, celebrity parties, and public applause. Did Mackenzie Scott understand Jeff Bezos better than anyone else ever did? Or did success slowly change him into a completely different person over the years? Share your thoughts about this in the comments below. And if you found this video fascinating, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, because we'll be uploading more incredible stories like this one in the coming weeks. Until then, see ya.